vision's mind beyond the immaterial. My thanks to thee, dear cousin. Titus, so long have I watched thee through a tattered flame, yearning.
I assure you it will be
Yes. Let us play the game a little longer. The power of the eternal realm is beyond comprehension. You have tasted it, Titus. Held its essence in your hands. It calls to each of us, extending a divine hand. The Emperor lied. He lies to us all. In his greed, he forbade us from tasting our own birthright. Look into the void for just a moment, and you will see the infinite wonder within.
agents of the enemy sight. Restocking. No victory for you here, deep. This is a bleeding. Resupplying. The champion lies defeated. Did he escape?
Tough fight.
I don't
Tough.
know.
Lieutenant Titus, come in.
This is Titus.
Chaos forces have been detected entering the system. They are going after Aurora. We are leaving for Imperium immediately.
How did you know? I was a boy on Calf when the word bearers attacked. I came to know the mark of chaos.
We're returning to the battle barge. I understand your actions, but your suspicions end here. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
बैठे करते हैं बैठे हैं बोपे बन गए बोपे मिल गए
Brothers, this is Aurora. Within the last few hours, traitor forces have arrived in their hundreds and commandeered the facility.
Commandeered?
Where is Luz?
Inside, they have the facility, Luz, and the power source.
Holy terror.
Perhaps you were right, Titus.
What's our theoretical?
We've diverted all available forces to Imperium, but we're well below full strength. We've prepared an assault, but it has little chance of success, unless we take care of this. They're using it to draw in reinforcements. For every one of them we kill, 2 more show up in their place. It's heavily guarded.
I'll need a combat squad, 5 men.
I can spare 3 men. Next, the enemy seem to be drawing their power from this structure.
What is it?
We don't know. Every attempt to bring it down has failed. Your squad has developed a reputation for unconventional approaches. Any ideas?
I've read of Imperium. It's a burial world. 4,000 years ago, there was a clash between the Ultramarines and the Heretics. The Sword of Atreus, a battle barge wrecked in the fighting, was laid to rest here.
What of it?
Records state that while its body was ruined, its engines burned bright, even as it was interred. It may not fly, but it might ram.
A long shot, to say the least.
Worth a try.
Very well, then.
Navigation systems are probably dead.
We can't afford to miss. He's right. Someone will need to get close to the target and place a beacon.
Our offensive launches in 90 minutes. The Emperor guide you, brothers.
And you, sir.
Lieutenant Titus, see me on the crew deck at once.
As you wish, Chaplain.
Ensure brothers Chiron and Gadriel are in attendance.
Andromedus, I leave you in command.
Captain, I would prefer to join.
I want you here in case the heretics attempt.
If they do,
Using an ancient battle barge as a battering ram. An unorthodox approach.
You disapprove?
On the contrary, it is inspired thinking.
I reluctantly second that.
Why reluctantly?
Because it will go to your head.
Titus, I am troubled by a report I have received from the Astra Telepathica. An accusation of heresy.
Her voice was puppeted by it.
The lieutenant will answer.
The Psycho was possessed.
Your sergeant believed otherwise.
I was mistaken.
You attempted to incapacitate your lieutenant.
Thank the Emperor I failed.
And now, the only individual capable of reaching Lord Calgar is dead. By your hands. I will be watching all of you. Should I suspect even a flicker of corruption, I will not hesitate as you did. You are dismissed.
Brother, what was spoken by the chaplain?
Brothers, we have arrived at the burial. All Thunderhawks immediately and prepare for assault.
Time to go.
The enemy have amassed the majority of their forces in the Numerelian Basin. Thalassa has the warp beacon. Viridian is hoping for a miracle. The rest of us will move to clear the reliquaries around the basin and establish a beachhead. We are facing overwhelming enemy numbers on Dimerium. But the heretic filth down there have stirred the wrath of the Second Company. We will inflict upon the traitors such agony, the likes of which they have not seen since the burning of Prospero. They will suffer, they will break, and they will fall. Sons of Guilliman, for the glory of Ultramar!
For the glory of Ultramar!
Brothers, our captain's words need no further embellishment. I will speak only of practical concerns. The heretics will employ absolute deception. You will be assaulted by lies and illusion. The only true ground you will find down there will be each other. Trust only your brothers and your instincts. Now go forth and lay waste to our enemies. For the Emperor!
For the Emperor!
Ever done this before?
You mean drop through an active combat zone, dodging flak, enemy ships and burning wreckage on the way down?
Exactly.
No, this will be a first.
The Codex Astartes does not support this action. But I am looking forward to it.
Stay close. It's almost impossible to regroup if we're separated.
60 seconds.
Helmets!
Sir! I must apologize for my actions on Abrax.
Not necessary.
I fell prey to suspicion. Almost killed you.
When I was a young captain, one of my men questioned my motives. I brushed his concerns aside, and I paid the price. Your suspicions arose because I failed to answer your doubts. As I failed to answer his.
Stand by for suborbital drop.
I'm honored to fight beside you both.
As are we, brother.
You grew up on Calth. Let's say we settle some of that debt today.
Aye, sir.
Holy terror! Auspex cannot keep up with all this debris. We must navigate by sight.
We will make it. Now focus.
Brother, be careful!
Clear a path. We shall make sure.
Work of these traitors. Quicker than they deserve.
Back to the warp mode.
Redeploying!
Position secured. Engaging thrusters.
Rotation grenade. Loading ammunition.
Wild, yeah, wild. Wild.
Slain a turret.
Enemy destroyed. Move quickly. The Lhasa are blind without our targeting signal.
बहुत
That pillar of corruption perverts the land.
Thalassa, we are on the ground and moving. Report status.
We're approaching the battle barge now.
You're ahead of us. Make contact once the Atreus is ready to launch.
It shall be done. Are we going to let them beat us to the objective, brother?
Not today.
Foul sorcery. Fueling their barriers, no doubt.
Reloading weapon. Restocking. Reload.
Sorcerer! I shall end his accursed rituals.
Engaging thrusters. Your treachery ends now. My own eyes deceive me. Changing magazine. Sorcerer! I shall end his accursed rituals. Their champion lies defeated. Reloading weapon.
flying. Take out the... Reload!
Another altar of corruption.
Destroy it.
Yes, brother.
Altar destroyed.
Up there! The impact will destroy this whole area. Wait! It is slowing down. Heretic sorcery.
No doubt, but it will get us to our objective.
It is probably a trap.
Time is limited. We must take the risk. Move on to the cathedral.
Proceed with caution.
Thalassa, we are almost there. What is your status?
The sleeping giant will soon awaken, brother.
Hold for our signal.
You sleeping right here.
Brothers, are you hearing this? Vox ghosting. Ignore it. I know this in thy words. Cries that go unheard.
Yeah,
Thalassa, transmitting targeting signal now.
Your signal barely registers, but I read it.
Your data is clouded, Lieutenant. Maintain close proximity to target.
Dig in. If we are pushed back, the Atreus will miss its target.
We will not yield a single step. They will not deprive us of seeing that monstrosity fall.
We will find no respite until that tower falls.
Come, you war-tainted bastards, and die! Watch as your false idols come crumbling down.
The traitors pour from their bastion.
I spit in your Primarch's wretched eye. War before the might of true Aston. Sword of Atreus primed and locked in.
Lock target now!
Routing signal data through telemetry systems. Numerous errors detected due to signal interference. Calculating trajectory.
Redeploy! Terminator! Jump pack engaged!
This ceramide cannot shield them from my launch! Salasa!
I've lost their box signal.
Interference!
It could be! Come on, brother!
Listen. I hear engines.
There!
The Sword of Atreus lives up to its namesake.
That will buy us time, but we must move swiftly. While the enemy control Aurora, the odds are not in our favor.
Titus, we are detecting a massive energy surge from within the Aurora facility.
Lose. He must be trying to use the device.
Or someone else is.
Whatever it is unsanctioned by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Put a stop to it.
Yes, Captain.
Surge from within the Aurora facility.
Lose. He must be trying to use the device.
Or someone else is.
Whatever it is unsanctioned by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Put a stop to it.
Yes, Captain.
You snapped in the air, cousins!
We will soon find you in the flesh.
And remove you from it.
You may keep it as a parting gift! Tainting this sacred ground with heretic blood gives me no pleasure. Rest easy, brother.
These souls have long since reached the golden throne.
life is empty.
The enemy seem determined to destroy Aurora. Is it possible the device might work? That it could weaken them?
Perhaps they seek only the power source.
And why would they kill Nozick?
I do not know, nor do I wish to speculate. We are here to end this folly, and so we shall. Proceed. Show yourself, betrayer!
What is it, brother?
The artifact calls to you, Titus.
And I will destroy it.
To whom do you speak?
Do you not hear him?
No.
Petty tricks.
Death to the false emperor! Death to his puppets!
We will not be disposed of so easily.
Great Emperor has foreseen your doom! We have witnessed it!
This ceramide cannot shield them from my range. Their champion lies defeated. Reloading!
This does not bode well.
Proceed to the camp.
Completely ransacked.
Throne, take them all.
No victory for you here. This is not the site of a Mechanicus macro weapon.
An excavation site.
Indeed. Our path leads down.
Chiron to Resilient. Enter Mechanicus dig site. Requesting relevant cartography.
Restricted by order of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
This is Lieutenant Titus. Request authorized.
Denied. Aurora seal required.
Identify yourself.
This is infuriating. More heretics.
We are on the right path. Back to the warp. Penetrate his armor! I've slain the turret. Restocking. Your treachery ends now.
Witch.
That cannot be the last of them.
Just their rear guard, no doubt. Stay vigilant.
A fragment of the Dark God's power.
So said the traitor Nemerov.
Do you believe it?
He certainly did.
You said it was destroyed.
Apparently not well enough.
That damnable Archmagos.
If it truly is tainted with corruption, then we must destroy it permanently.
Agreed.
Entering quarantine zone. Decontamination required. Initiate biological purgation within the chamber. Microbial index 1.2%. Initiating sterilization.
Barely a sign of life on this world.
It is a burial world, brother. Reserved for the dead.
Microbial index reduced to 0.01%. It is safe to proceed.
Safe. Interesting choice of words.
Pity this chamber cannot remove corruption.
That duty is ours.
Ancient ruins.
A cover for their research, perhaps.
The subject of it, more likely.
The figures in these carvings are unusual.
Ancient marks of the ruinous powers.
Etched by fools. Long before the Great Crusade illuminated this world.
These were not made by devotees of the warp.
How do you know?
You may soon see for yourself.
The archenemy have penetrated deep into these caverns.
Perhaps all the way to the Aurora device.
Worthless life is ended.
These ruins are vast.
What interest could the Mars adepts have in old stone?
We know not what secrets this old stone holds.
I only ask that it hold our weight.
Terminator down. Your treachery ends now.
You were betrayed, brother. Left to rot by your beloved Galga.
You know nothing of brotherhood.
Lieutenant,
More cheap tricks.
No victory for you here. I have slain a Tyranid. Munitions secured. End this desecration. Lies defeated. There is no damnation dark enough for these traitors.
Have faith, brother. We will send them to one fitting.
Pathetic sorcery.
Imura!
A boy, Spare your ammunition for the real thing.
I tire of chasing this bastard's phantom. Why install Aurora deep within these ruins?
Perhaps it was already here.
How?
A relic from the Dark Age of technology.
This is heresy.
They will no doubt invoke the Treaty of Mars.
This damn quest for knowledge.
How deep do these tunnels go?
We shall see. Pull the elevator.
The rats emerge.
The heretics hope to surround us.
They may hope. No victory. Resupplying. Changing magazine!
The elevator is almost here.
With enemy reinforcements on all specs.
Prepare a fitting welcome. Ceramide by rain. Need to reload.
All specs is clear.
Get on. Brace for what is to come.
What is this?
A tomb world.
You have seen one before.
Only the mechanical horrors that spill forth from such a place.
The Martians have preserved everything.
This place should have been obliterated upon discovery.
Listen as I crush your pathetic man-machine. That fool, Gilliman, believed he could hide this place from us. But we have eyes and ears in every shadow, every corner, every crack in the galaxy. I faithful Primarch's dreams of victory.
How he prattles on.
Pay his squawking no heed, brothers.
We will not be distracted from our purpose.
The enemy's well ahead of us.
This trail will lead us to them.
The sorcerer will elude us no longer. Move on the obelisk.
How readily your Imperium turns a blind eye to the heretical menace. How long did you suffer the tortures of the Inquisition? Merely touching that stone.
You waste your breath. Do not speak as if you know me.
Titus, I know you better than you know yourself.
Your lies grow bolder by the moment.
Titus, do not engage with him.
Artifact, united once more in the vastness of time and space. This is all by his design, the changer of the ways. Hurry, little brother. We have waited so long to taste its power once more.
What will you do with the artifact once you have it?
Crush it to dust.
If it has no effect on you, why not use it?
You dare suggest heresy, Sergeant?
I said nothing.
And I heard nothing.
That degenerate clouds our minds.
Forgive my error.
We will not let you down, brother. Have no doubt. Chaos abominations!
Think so little of Thankos, of myself, of the great Finch. We are all proof of a power greater than mankind. A true divinity. When we call out to our gods, they answer. When have you ever felt the light of your Emperor?
More minions.
Lurking in dank holes like the filth they are.
Ready to deploy special tactics.
Reloading.
All of this was just lying under our feet this whole time. And centuries longer still.
Eons, brother. If the archives are to be believed. And on more worlds than we shall ever wish to discover.
I pray everyone is unearthed and burned to cinders.
Resupplying. Your treachery ends now.
heretics, not destroyed. Preserved for study. The Martian priesthood goes too far.
Loss, analog backup log 9.9.I99I. Messiah, what have I done? The sarcophagus cracked and a metallic imago hatched. Centipede-like, it skittered up the walls. I tried to seal it in the tomb enclosure, but I didn't go back to see if I was successful. It sparked in me a quaking terror. Whatever purpose the machine god made such an entity for, I prayed. I must keep using. Analog backup log. Forget protocol. I ran the anomalous code and received the following integers. 01.23.11.11.05. This is some cruel joke. It is a simple cipher that spells awoke. I hear the sweet machine deep, but when I look, I am not solid. No other footprints do this on my own scale. I am being chased. Guarded. Whatever I want. Messiah. I do not want to look up.
These 10 priests pick over the Xenos dead like vultures. All with the Martian cult sanction, no doubt.
I do not think they were alone in that.
Do you not see the hypocrisy of Nicaea? You have felt the same betrayal as the Thousand Sons. They call us witch, heretic, for daring to wield the same power as your god, Emperor. To sacrifice thousands, to share his touch of the warp at the altar of his golden throne. Not the first time he has turned his blade on his most faithful. And not the last, Titus.
Sorcerer is dead.
All this corruption, it seems to grow ever stronger.
We shall follow it to its source.
You have felt the same betrayal as the Thousand Sons. They call us witch, heretic, for daring to wield the same power as your god, Emperor. To sacrifice thousands, to share his touch of the warp at the altar of his golden throne. Not the first time he has turned his blade on his most faithful. And not the last, Titus.
Suffer in death, witch.
All this corruption, it seems to grow ever stronger.
We shall follow it to its source.
Yes, come, brother. I wait for you.
lays waste to the heretics.
Where is Imura?
Traitors are taking a thrashing down there.
Let us add to it.
Cogitation looks accurate. The unguents have been thrice applied.
It is Luz. Blind to all but his work.
Thankfully, his diligence has not made him faster.
Luz!
Lieutenant Titus, praise the Omnisire. In just a few minutes, you will bear witness to...
You must stop this!
Sire, please. I know you have concerns, but look, this is merely a taste of what the device is capable of.
And I have seen the worst of what it can do!
My lord, you must trust me. This has been my quest for knowledge. My life's work.
Shut it down! Now!
I will not. Forgive me, Lord. Time will reveal the purity of my intentions.
You tiny grains of sand, prattling as you come. For a moment it seemed you might do my work for me. But alas, I must finish this myself. With this true power!
Your malignant energies are useless!
Bring him down! Power and blind rage. We will not be bested by this crafty prey.
So long as it does not touch us.
I need to reload. Changing magazine!
Something is happening!
That looks like a plasma charge.
Charge that site with liquid my satellite! I was promised victory! You damnable beast!
Position secured. This is the end for you, wretched thing!
Enough of these childish games!
Then let us put a stop to them once and for all!
This is just the beginning! With these devices, we will seal the Great Rift and drive the heretics back into the warp with nothing more than the transference of alignment.
What genius! From which ocean did you gather these pearls of wisdom? Every scientist to discover the birthplace of all knowledge. Behold, the source of your inspiration! Brother Titus! And so, to the final act! Titus, the heretic! Assistance! Attack us at once!
Titus to Acheran. Do you read me?
Damn it! How could that fool Luz not have known?
He took the whisperings of that sorcerer to be his own inspiration.
Luz was merely a pawn.
They killed Nozick. Led us to believe they would do the same to Luz.
So we would deliver him precisely where they wanted him.
And that spectacle in the catacombs.
Deceit, to trick that puppet Luz into finishing the work.
It is worse than I could have imagined.
That pillar floods the land with corruption.
Titus to Acheran, come in!
Fox is useless.
We must find our brothers.
Eyes all staring into
Cadians!
They are broken.
We are his feathers, loose in the empty air. Oh, see us dance in the wake of his blessed wings.
eternal eyes and glistening jewels of ecstasy. It is that monstrous obelisk. It screams a silent wail of corruption.
Their human minds were not prepared for malign energies of this magnitude.
Few are.
I'm receiving a coded locator signal. Akaran's signature. Not far from here.
Can we trust it?
I believe so.
Mark it on all specs.
Yes, brother. Cut down those heretics!
Are you of sound mind?
Yes, my lord! We are unbroken!
You honor your homeworld's memory, soldiers. And you will fight to the end!
Corruption! Their champion lies defeated. Traitors sighted!
Convinced Aurora would destroy the traitors, but instead it has empowered them. Tremendously so.
We need to clear that obstruction.
There must be a solution here.
That foul sorcerer took the power source.
Somewhere well defended, no doubt.
How does this compare to Graia?
Incalculably worse. A warp rift of such size will permit the darkest of horrors to pass through.
The fleet will be preparing an orbital barrage.
Then we must hurry.
Brothers!
Titus!
No victory for you here.
We thought your squad dead.
We were spared that fate.
The captain awaits you inside.
Courage and honor.
Courage, honor.
Brothers, be mindful of the casualties.
I have lost one platoon with 5 more at half strength. Our commissar cut down.
Titus, report! What in the name of Holy Terror do you call this?
We failed to stop Luz.
I can see that. He was tainted. An unwitting puppet of the arch-enemy.
We are now facing a warp rift the size of a small cruiser. 3 volleys from the Resilient and not a scratch on that pillar. If it has a weakness, I need to know what it is.
It is powered by the artifact from Graia. If we can destroy that...
Where is it?
We do not know.
You call that a solution?
What is the alternative?
There is a field around the pillar, impenetrable to our ordnance. We have observed their forces passing through it on foot. We must get close enough to see if we can do the same. Proceed through those doors. We make our assault imminently.
stopping.
Our forces are divided in two. I will lead the main assault from the Temple of Aethor. I sent 2 squads to move on the enemy's flank, but we have lost contact with them. They are carrying the company standard. If they have fallen,
We will retrieve it, Captain.
Ultramarines, ready! The front is beyond this bridge!
What is that thing? Look out!
Helldrake, spread out!
Meditate the sacrifice.
You will burn like your treacherous brethren on Nemengard! Gutless traitors! Cut down these decrepit totems of heresy!
Penetrate his armor.
That accursed obelisk grants the enemy unlimited maneuverability.
Have you considered Exterminatus?
This is a burial world, Titus. If we fail to defeat the enemy, then I will burn this place. But I would prefer to not disgrace these honored dead.
Can our scans locate the signature of the power source?
We are blinded by all the interference.
It is out there, at the heart of that profane madness.
Agreed. One way or another, we must reach that obelisk.
Then we shall.
I have traitors to kill. Titus, proceed on until you reach the second force. To terror they still stand.
Yes, Captain. The Emperor protects.
Good hunting, brother.
Set to confidence! Make ready!
I heard the supply was hit.
Reloading. The heresy has infected my very eyes.
Prioritize the soldier targets. Place the gate.
Reload. Reloading weapon. Back to the walking. My weapon is empty. Heavy fire! Don't overheat! They will not get past us.
cannot fathom that 10 of our brothers may have fallen, along with the Standard.
I dare not picture the company banners soiled by treacherous hands.
Ultramarines do not fall without a fight. They are alive, but they may be in need of support.
Where is your false god's power now?
Brothers! Target the witch!
Your treachery ends now. Tactics ready.
Heretic witch is dead! Loading ammunition! See how the priests maintain these graves, even in the midst of this war.
Their devotion is commendable.
We must hurry. Our brothers pay in blood for every second we delay.
They should be on the other side of that door.